And welcome to the high school football kickoff show presented by Wind Supply of West El Paso. I am Manu, the Monster Medina Hall of Fame coach. We're here at the SAC 2 as we get ready for a doubleheader of Friday night football. Of course, Coach, you got a big game, Bel Air going up tonight against El Dorado. And then at SAC 1, it'll be Socorro versus Pueblo. So two games hopefully are going to be competitive. But we're going to start with, speaking of competitive, a young man who I met a year ago, and he made his return yesterday. And this time, Coach, I know it's the first time you're meeting him, but got himself some gold. So we can welcome the TNA, the brand new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, El Campeón, Mike Santana, into the program. Hey, we can get in the middle here, Mike. Good to see you again, brother. And we're going to have you just turn around that way because face the camera.
Right,
and there's
here we are.
The first thing, of course, we talked yesterday at the radio station, but Coach, have you felt this championship belt? Have you actually picked it up to see how heavy that is? That is real gold, Coach. I like to do that because a lot of people probably think that,
awesome.
that the belts aren't heavy, none of that stuff. But, Mike, first of all, congratulations. And first of all, welcome back to Coming El Paso. Now, folks, the reason why Mike Santana, the champion of TNA Wrestling, is here is because, guess what, folks, TNA is coming back to the city of El Paso. It's going to happen not one date, not 2 days, but 3 days, December the 5th. It's a TNA Final Resolution. That is a pay-per-view. It's going to be tremendous. Then on Saturday, December the 6th and 7th, it'll be TV tapings of TNA Impact. And, Mike, first of all, thank you so much for being here, especially tremendous backdrop here for the hey, Ross, it'd be cool. We have a TNA pay-per-view here at this facility, right? I know your wheels are turning, my man. I see your face right now, Ross. Like, I know some people who we might be able to hook it up. You never know, putting the wrestling ring in the middle there. But first of all, Mike, I know you've done the media tours, and you got a day and a half of doing that. What has it been like for you coming back here to the city of El Paso and seeing the warm welcome you've gotten?
Man, first off, thanks for having me here, man. And like I said, this backdrop is amazing. You guys are amazing, and the city of El Paso is amazing. Being back here since March, man, the city came out. Like we spoke about last time, the city of El Paso has such a deeply rooted history of pro wrestling here. And the fans have always been passionate and rabid, and they give you everything. So the fact that TNA gets to come here and perform for the awesome city and the fans, and it's a huge deal, man. I'm excited.
I know, of course, you talk about the history of El Paso. We kind of talked about it yesterday, but now we can have more time to talk to. We can talk more wrestling and things of that nature. So what is it like, finally, like the big journey? I remember when you started TNA 2017 and went through the hard times, like hopefully you got like maybe 300, 500 people into the building. But now did record numbers. Your last pay-per-view, of course, you were in the main event. By the way, I saw the replay last night. It was awesome. Congratulations once again as you brought the TNA championship back home to the TNA. And so what has it been like for you, being there for so long? I know you went to different places, but the fact you were there at the hard times for TNA, where maybe they thought it was going to go away because, let's be real, went through some ownership issues, it changed. Like I said, I kind of know a little bit some of that stuff,
I'm letting you know.
So the thing is, now that you came back, you paid your dues, and remember, like last time you were here, we talked about the goal is maybe getting some WWE TV time because of the partnership, and that's exactly what happened. You were one of the focal points that the WWE looked at it when it came to the NXT. So what was that like for you to be a part of that, and they say, you know what, that's the guy we're going to roll with, and we're going to put all the faith in him?
Honestly, man, you just hit me with a whole lot right now.
That's right. I'll let you process it, brother. I'll let you. It's like I said, I didn't have time to do that. Here I'm in control of everything. At the station, I got to do commercial breaks and stuff like that. Here, I can just let it go and we're going to talk some real stuff.
That's awesome, man. And honestly, like everything that you just brought up and everything you just mentioned, I've been living in just every day. And just processing it every day. It's been a beautiful journey, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but that's life, right? It's life on life's terms, and you got to take the good with the good and the bad with the bad and learn from it and keep it pushing. And that's exactly what I've done, and that's exactly what TNA has done. Like you said, back in 2017, it was some tough times. We were dealing with a lot of transitions, and to see how far it's come and how much it's grown and how much the roster has just like rose to the occasion, and we're packing huge arenas out, man. Like we just had 2 attendance records. We had Slammiversary. It was 76-23, which was a record, and then the prior this past Bound for Glory was I think it was 77-49, and man, to be in the main event, to be one of the focal points, to be one of the reasons why these people are coming and paying their hard-earned money to watch the show. It's a huge deal, and it's something that I take very serious. And obviously, I'm the champ, right? Like this is what I do. But man, it's been super humbling, especially just getting through a lot of the personal battles that I've gone through, and the battles with addiction, and just losing my dad, and just so many things, man. Like, it's been an insane 5 years, to say the least. And I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that I still get to do this job, and I get to show my daughter every day that dreams come true and anything is possible.
And before I let Coach ask a question, I got to bring it up because we know you're Puerto Rican. You're very proud of being Puerto Rican. That means you're still Latino. That means I know you looked up to Eddie Guerrero when you first started growing up, of course, near and dear to my heart and for everybody here, because I actually did know Eddie and the family. And actually, we actually used to practice in the ring that they actually used to use in the backyard, correct, with Hurricane Hector. He's our head trainer, and Hurricane is still in town. He still wrestles from time to time. But so much history here. But what does it mean for you to be now a Latino world champion? It's been a while since we've had a male world champion, especially for one of the big ones.
Yeah, it's insane. It's humbling, man. And not only that, but being the very first Puerto Riqueño TNA world champion, right up there with Pedro Morales. Like, to be able to say that I am the very first, that's something no one could ever take away from me.
And by the way, Pedro Morales was the WWF, because it was three W's. Okay. It was WWF champion for, I think, like almost 3 years straight to.
Wow. And the fact that I get to continue on and create my own path, right, for a lot of Latinos that are coming up behind me, and it's a huge deal, and it's something that I take very serious and hold near and dear, man.
Now, Coach, I'm sure you got something to ask, and I've been hogging it because I'm a wrestling guy. So, Coach, go ahead and ask the champ, Mike Santana, a question.
We actually been talking here for a while, and talking about different things. First of all, congratulations on climbing that hill.
Thank you.
We talked about it happened overnight, 17 years, I think you said.
17 years,
to get to this point. How has it changed your life, especially knowing that you have family, you have people that still you have to care for?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, they saw the entire process, and the fact that I had such a strong support system that didn't give up on me, especially on times when I almost gave up on myself.
Yes, sir.
This journey and this process and this accomplishment is a huge thank you to them, because at the end of the day, like I always say, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I'd be here. I wouldn't be alive, honestly, especially with my daughter, man. Like, I'll never forget Christmas of 2023, like, she wrote that letter to Santa, and that was my rock bottom, and that woke me up, and thankfully I got better, and I'm here standing before you guys as a TNA World Champion.
That's great.
So the pay-per-view is going to happen on December the 5th, of Friday. The tickets are available right now. They went on sale earlier this morning. I know the pre-sale was yesterday. From what I hear, tickets are going pretty good. So before we have to wrap it up, because like I said, you do have to go do other spots. There are responsibilities you got to do, because that's part of being the champ, yo. He's got to do the media obligations. And I like to, because being in the business, I like to keep them on time. So when they tell me I got a minute, we got a minute. So let's talk about the pay-per-view that's going to happen December the 5th. By the way, the last one in El Paso sold out. That's the reason why you guys are coming back. Let's be real, because before that, it was 12, 13 years since El Paso, since TNA come back to El Paso. You guys come back in March and sell out the pay-per-view December 5th. What can fans expect?
I mean, if you were there in March, I guarantee you it's going to be 10 times better. We're coming with this, like, brand new mode and motivation that, we got into a mode, like Carlos Silva, our president, likes to say, we want to break records. And that's exactly what we're going to continue doing. And everyone is hungry. Everyone is motivated. And we're coming back to El Paso, and we know the fans are going to show out the same way they always do.
And, of course, the TNA World Champions and the NXT Champions, I believe. The Hardy Boys are going to be in the house as well. So they're not the Iconics anymore. They're the tag team champions. They're the inspirations.
Yeah.
But I was close. I know it was one that, like, they like to mix it up. But there's so many of your favorite wrestlers going to be here.
Yeah.
So many of your favorite TNA. Joe, I will not say his last name, because if I say his last name, I'm expecting to pop up like right behind me right here. You know, because I know that'd be problems for you. But nonetheless, champ, I appreciate you, and we will see you in December. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Yes, sir. We're going to close the year really strong here in El Paso, and we can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, El Campeón, Mike Santana. We'll take a break. You're watching EP Sports Network.